A very good afternoon to you. This is Lira Senior Quarters, the home of the UPC party president, that is the Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena Obore. Nyabro Frank, all Yugi, and you are live on the YouTube channel. We are going to Radio QFM. I'm sorry I've been mixing the language because there are a lot of people who are in Kampala and the places, Masaka, Bushenyi, far and wide across the country who are watching this stream live now. What is happening behind me here is that in this very hall, at the home of the Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena, is the launch of the UPC Manifesto 2026 and 2031. Well, we are all aware that Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena is not on the ballot because the EC says, the court says, he contravened some sections of the constitution of UPC, that is section 42, but we are yet to await the final verdict of what happens. But be that as it may, he has chosen to launch the manifesto of UPC. Very soon we have Jimmy Akena speak. We want to understand what he has in store for education, for health, foreign affairs, and stuff like that. So we're taking you straight to the hall where the event is happening. Thank you so much for watching us.
My name is Dennis Labeja, aspiring for our Council 3, Chilbo Town Council. Thank you.
All protocol observed. My name is Ugando Same, aspiring candidate for North constituency for the district.
Hallelujah. Call me Oloy Dennis Noah. Chairperson Tire, and a goal of county, and a ticket of UPC. Protocols observed. My name is Dennis Okio. I'm the chairperson UPC Lira District, and I'm here officially to represent the three candidates in Lira District, that is Honorable Jonathan Abdul, Charles Obiogira, and Ben Florence Ominaduba. Thank you so much.
The UPC party president, sir, Honorable Minister, the Right Honorable Secretary General, dear colleagues in your various positions. My name is Labeja Bob Williams, candidate for chairperson Kitgum District Local Government, and also regional vice chair for the district of Kitgum, Pade, Lamont, and Tenafado. Apology for Jimmy Olega is not feeling well, candidate for MP Kitgum Municipality. Apology for Regan Nakraj, is also sickly. He's a candidate under our ticket for the mayorship for Central Division Kitgum Municipality. Thank you.
All protocol observed. Uketa Emmanuel Daramoy is my name. The division mayor for Pandong Division Kitgum Municipality. I also double as the chairperson district Kitgum UPC. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. My name is Ochan Zakaria. I am the UPC chairperson Kiriandongo District, and I'm also the aspiring member of Parliament for Kibanda North Constituency. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Congress. Our dear President, I am Emmanuel Ochiti Onyai, aspiring candidate for Noya County. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, fellow congressmen and women. I'm called Jas Fadila, the Alpha 3 flag bearer for Puran Sub-County, Pade District. Apology from Ojara Balam, also holding the same position as the flag bearer for Pade Town Council. Thank you very much.
Countrymen and women, the President, my name is Nen Banado Ken. Many people call me Akamba. I'm the flag bearer for Uganda People Congress, Chairperson SF5 by the district.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm Wayesiga Jimmy Ngura from Hoima City, flag bearer UPC, Hoima West City Division.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our dear congressmen and women. My name is Dennis Peter Udongudul, a candidate for Lira City East Division Mayor, Lira City. Thank you.
I bring apologies from aspirant Barbara Nyafamba from Tororo South, and apology Jennifer from West Budama Central. They couldn't be with us here. Their apologies.
Thank you so much, our dear candidates for various elective positions. Mr. President, as per your communication prior to this event, these are the members who have managed to come here physically. But in your communication, you're very clear that we shall have oral arrangements, and I can assure you that majority of the members outside there, they are following. We have colleagues from Western Uganda, those who didn't manage from Usoga, and a few from Teso sub-region. They are following. Even our candidates from Kampala, those who are online. And we want to thank you very much, those who managed to come here, for this engagement where the party president will be taking you through the party manifesto ahead of your official campaigns, which starts on 10th of this November. Everywhere, UPC. Everybody, UPC. All of us, UPC. UPC. Thank you so much. Allow me now to invite the party Secretary General, Honorable Bill Fred, to give the opening remarks, and then we proceed with the program. You most welcome, Honorable Secretary General.
Thank you, comrade. Can we give a round of applause to all of us for coming? And let us also thank our party president and the minister for hosting us. Mr. President, sir, this was your meeting. The program was yours as you were launching your manifesto for the party that you wanted the members to go with for the 2026-2031 elections. So it is not my day. Allow me to only say that the members gathered here are committed party members from all over the country, and those ones who are following us online. I know that many would have wished to be here, but due to short notice, they did not manage to be with us, but they are following online. With these few words, Mr. President, come and address your people and launch your manifesto, Mr. President. Maybe before doing that, let me introduce again the cabinet members. Wait a minute. The cabinet members were introduced, but let me introduce them again. Osindo Raj, workers leader. I think Brenda Kinyera, she's up and down, the national chairperson. And as you know, members of parliament also are ex-official members of cabinet. Can I introduce members of parliament, starting with Honorable Lemba Okello Maruzino, Honorable Peter Chenakalo, and Honorable Dr. Eunice Yamno. I don't know, Mr. President, within your time, you'll spare for the host also, co-host. Okay. With due respect, can we join hands with the party anthem? I don't know whether we have our song. Welcome the President. President.
visible and audible. Let me start by thanking all of you who have come to join us physically and those online. As Congress, we have gone through some difficult times, but seeing all of you gives me the strength and assurance that we're in it for the long haul. Whatever is coming our way, we are ready to battle, we're ready to keep moving. And I thank all of you for picking up the Congress flag and for carrying it in this general election. We have a major task as Congress. We have to bring soberness and direction to the politics of Uganda. And the circumstances under which we do so are not normal. Right now, I should have been a flag bearer on a Congress ticket carrying a message forward. But up to this point, I am still in limbo, and therefore I have had to make do in giving something to my candidates as we go into the campaign while I'm still in the waiting room to join you in the campaign. But rest assured, I will be with you every step of the way. When these campaigns of yours begin, I'm going to be on board on your campaigns, even though mine have not yet begun. Now, the fact that we're in Lira, and only recently the President of the Republic and the flag bearer for the National Resistance Movement has been in this sub-region, has also been to Teso. I thought, let me start on something which is relevant and touches on what is taking place now. When the President came up with these 5 animals per household, for Lango, Teso, and Acholi, I was one of those who decided to interrogate it thoroughly. I have had experience with this president. I've had experience with this government. There are many statements or policies which are made, but there's never any intention to follow through or to make it come into reality. So I decided, let me look at this thing in detail. 5 cattle per household. And this is where the president is trying to get out of paying the compensation for losses which took place. In the Acholi sub-region, according to the UBOS census of 2024, you have 579,000 households. In Lango, the same household census, we have 566,000 households. And for Teso, we have 490,000 households. This is the official figures from the 2024 census, which makes a total of 1,630,000 households, covering Lango, Teso, and Acholi. So when the president says they are now going to do restocking of 5 animals per household, what he was fearing, the totals which were slightly under 6 trillion, this total now exceeds 8 million heads of animals, which when you quantify using a conservative figure of maybe 1.5 million, that comes to 2.4 trillion per year for the next 5 years. In short, the president has again promised the people of Lango, Teso, and Acholi air. The other area where it is impossible to fulfill this promise, the livestock census of 2021 has the total cattle population of Uganda at 14.5 million. Now from 14.5 million, we are supposed to get 8.13 million for Lango, Teso, and Acholi. How is it possible? That 8 million represents over 56%. How are you going to bring it about? Where are you getting these animals from? And this, you people who are going to be campaigning, we must capitalize on this issue. We have been taken around cattle compensation. When did this cattle get lost? 1987. When the president was here, he was saying, in war, you don't know what happened, but anyway, we're going to see what we're going to do. In war, we know what happened. We were put in camps. Many of our people were killed. Men and women were violated. That was the legacy. The wealth of a community. Cattle is not just an animal. In our societies, cattle represents a lot more than an animal. Cattle were the foundation of the economic system, the banking system. Cattle were the social glue. You get married without cattle. If you have a school fees problem and you have cattle, does that problem remain? You have a medical problem and you have cattle, can you not deal with that problem? Now you must quantify and look at what is the loss which has affected this part of Uganda. Most times it is played down. Oh, you lost animals. But when you quantify, the president's promise comes to trillions. That is the extent of loss which this sub-region has faced. I am telling and I'm asking my Congress members, be bold, be direct. Speak the truth to power. We are not going to continue on this merry-go-round, round, and nothing is ever done. Ours today is to make sure that the next generation of people from this sub-region have an opportunity to enjoy Uganda. They should not be second-class citizens. They should not be begging. This was their birthright. This is their country. We must work hard to ensure that they are not second-class citizens in Uganda. This playing around, as far as I'm concerned, has gone on for too long. We cannot accept these lies. Every election, we come up with a lie. Every election comes with a lie. Now, where does the president expect to get these 8 million cattle to restore? For me, he was running away from a problem. And the first problem came about, the promise of compensation was given, but there was no intent to pay. So there was talking. In the budget, you get 150 billion. In release, you may get 70 billion released. But the total loss affecting the communities of Lango, Teso, Acholi is in the trillions. And this is not to count what happened in that period. How lives were destroyed in the camps. How futures were destroyed. People who could have been successful contributing in this country, their lives were being disorganized because of the loss of animals, where the president does not know how it happened, why it happened, or when it happened. All of us we know. In my own case, they visited Akokoro on the 13th of August, 1987. They took all our animals. But they also killed. And they raped. Among those who were killed was my grandfather, father of Milton Obote. But they didn't stop at killing him. They mutilated his body and took the roof of his mouth. I don't know whether they wanted to do some juju or whatever. I am still standing here and I'm standing strong in Christ and I will speak. If you think that this will take away my voice, it will not take away my voice. I'm going to speak. My grandmother, Pulisikira, was violated, as many people in this part of the country were violated. It was not only women, men were violated. That is the legacy, the history on which we stand. Are we coming in bitterness? No. But we're coming for justice. We're coming for a correction. We're coming for a reset. We are part of Uganda. We're not walking away. We are trying to be in an election where we can discuss how we can build Uganda. I'm not interested in tearing anybody down. I I don't have any pride if anything happens to anybody. Ours, UPC's message was how to build Uganda for all Ugandans. That message is what you must take to the electorate. But you must challenge these lies. Of recent, because of some of what I've gone through, I have had discussions within UPC circles on what we should do. Personally, I am not broken, I am not coward, I am not changed in any way. In fact, I am more committed that the path I was on was a correct path, and that is why there are those who are uncomfortable with me moving ahead on that path. But this is our time today. I'm alive today. I'm aware of the problems of today. Don't tell me about 2031. 2031 will come. But right now we're dealing with 2026. For 2026, I will be leading from the front. Whether they want on the ballot or not, I am going to be leading all of you in this campaign up to the end. For me, I'm ready for change. I'm ready for better Uganda. But of late, we've had players who are not playing by the normal political etiquette or political rules in a democratic process. Some of us have been threatened. We have colleagues who are being jailed. I've told my team I am ready for whatever you throw at me. But don't expect me to keep quiet. Don't expect me to hold my tongue. Don't expect me to ignore the truth when the truth is staring at me. I will not bow down. I will not turn away. The UPC program on cattle was much more elaborate than what these lies which are being put. I'll give it to you in this context that I had a chance to look at this cattle issue a number of years back. And the truth of the matter, for it to work, for us to be able to restock, it needs a lot of effort, but we need Aswa Ranch and Maruzi Ranch playing a full role in order for this to be able to succeed. Anybody who does it halfway is not being honest. Then on the question, where are we going to get the animals from? Ugandan population is about 14.5 million cattle. Kenya has a similar number of cattle. In our sub-region, Tanzania has 33 million heads of cattle. Sudan has between 40 and 42 million. But the biggest powerhouse in cattle is Ethiopia. Ethiopia has the most cattle, which is 65 million cattle in our sub-region. Now, if you're to build your cattle stock, it is not going to be done in 5 years. To be honest with you, it will take about 15 years for us to restore what was lost. So if anybody is telling me that they can do it in 5 years or they're going to pay, they're lying. It will take 15 years to really restock. But the restocking must be systematic. It must be based on knowledge. And the best way of restocking or rebuilding our lost livestock is by using the indigenous female as the base. So you do a cross-breeding program to improve milk yields, beef yields, but using the indigenous female. If we now try to bring animals from anywhere, the cross diseases will kill those animals. You've heard stories where somebody collects an animal, takes it somewhere, then the animals there get sick, this animal gets sick, everything there. We must restore the veterinary system. Veterinary system has collapsed. Is there any effort from government? No. Lip service. Lip service. Actual fact, is it being done? No. When I did mobilization with many of you, I kept asking all of you, tell me where the deep tanks are. Show me where these facilities are. But the truth I'll tell you as Congress, for us to rebuild our health system in animals, we must do it ourselves. This government of Yoweri Museveni will never do it. That's why they have failed to do it for all these years. They will never do it. They don't have an interest. They don't have a passion. They don't have a belief that we should be able to own cattle. Otherwise, why would it take all these years to do it? And then every year, you lie, you lie, you lie. I'm not going to take that lie. And I hope you as Congress are going to stand with me that let us not accept these lies anymore. Let's mobilize our people to be clear that we have a right to be in Uganda. We have a right to succeed. We have a right to prosper in our country. We didn't ask for animals to be taken. If we talk about security, who are supposed to provide security? This same government talks about security, 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 security. What happened to these animals? You don't know. Lives of people destroyed, you don't know. You say in war, you don't know what happened. But when it comes to Luero, Obote's son now wants to challenge you. You run away, you start being scared. What is your problem? For me, it's a moment of truth. Let's address this issue. Let's see where Uganda can go. I believe in Uganda. I know Uganda can succeed. How do I know that one? Because our forefathers did it for Uganda. And it worked. It worked. It means we can do the same. But we can also do more because of the knowledge base which we have today. And those are areas where I want us to realize that what UPC's contribution was and what contribution we can make for the future of Uganda, that is where we must be. All of us will be in the same page that we are here to make a big difference on the future of Uganda. And for me, I cannot wait for tomorrow. I want today. I want to start today. People who keep saying this, I'm not waiting. I'm going to be on Museveni's case. From today up to the 15th of January, I am not leaving his case. Because he's the only reason I'm not in this race. Let nobody deceive you on this story of them. It is Museveni who does not want me in this race. Yeah. I want to be in this race for the people of Uganda. So, I cannot keep quiet. I cannot just leave these things to pass. We have to make a difference. This is one glaring example. But I have examples upon examples upon examples. I want to touch a little bit on a historical perspective. The president loves saying, since 1986, I have taken into task on many of these things since 1986. In 1986, when they came to power, they had no economic program for Uganda. Let anybody prove me wrong. And this was put direct to themselves. They didn't have. They took the UPC program. Word for word. President Lava is now telling us we should thank him for this road. The road from Rekunye through Upc, Lira to Gitku. But that road was surveyed and costed before they even came out of the bush. You look at the 87 budget of NRM, they have that road as number 12, where they say money is already available. In 1987. Today, we're in 2025, the road is not complete. Who are you deceiving? And they're going to be coming to people loud, oh, you vote, they build a road. They come and tell you vote, they build a road. Surely, are we stupid? That we just keep on, every time they come and deceive us and we agree. I've asked this question before. What should we say we should be thankful to NRM for what they've done for us? Show me, tell me. I don't see it. I see more pain than the gain which we should have got. And an election is a time where you can set the record straight. This is a time when we bring out ideas. We bring out how is Uganda supposed to work. We debate it. Now, how many of you would pay for a debate between Akena and Museveni? Akena and Museveni, will that be a good debate? It brings the history of since 1987, and I bring the facts since 1985. I'll bring the facts. What chance will I have to debate Museveni where the whole public can be able to see, okay, who is the one telling the truth? I know he's a liar. I can say it. Because I'm standing on the truth. I can call him a liar because I know he has lied. Even in this predicament which UPC finds itself, he is lying. I have to take him to task. I am relying on a God who is truth. Yes. There are some people who are half-baked or whatever, but I know there is God who is truth. Yes. And then even if you are president, there's nothing. Even if you are president, the truth goes above a president. Yes. If you are human, truth. Even if you are inhuman, truth will prevail. So I can be bold, I can call him out. Please, the lies you have done, the mess you have done, time is up. There are areas which I had particular interest. And I think these are areas which cut across all political spheres. If we look at health services, UPC prides itself in building a wonderful health services for the people of Uganda. At that time, the target was 2.5 beds per 1,000 people, which is a very high target. Even many countries today have not hit that target. The one African country which beat us, but they beat us around 2006, was Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe went up to 3.06 beds per 1,000. But our 2.5 record of 1971 is still a high record. In Africa today, there's only Gambia, which has now reached 2.5 also beds. But that's what we're able to achieve there. Today, we are at less than 1 bed per 1,000 people. What does that translate to? If you have a major epidemic like what we had with COVID, you run into a crisis. Very quickly, the capacity is absorbed. And you're not able to do anything. Now, the key to build a successful health system is in the personnel. To recreate the UPC program, you must start with looking at the people who make that system work. UPC did so. They started on a basis where you got independence. We had less than 400 doctors, many of them expatriate, but were still able to expand the health system by 78% in order to meet the needs of the people of Uganda. That there should be ability to be able to treat a Ugandan everywhere. If I fall sick when I'm in Tororo, wherever, I should be able to find a facility. If it finds me so, I should find a facility. I should also find a motivated staff to be able to do so. That was the UPC legacy. It started with the personnel. And the truth is, it's always personnel. The first issue is the people. That's why this UPC manifesto is about the future of the people of Uganda. Not statistics. That we reach middle income status or whatever, yet people are starving, people are dying. That does not work. If the mark says that you have reached the statistics, but the reality, what people are going through is not working, then it is not working. So the UPC program, to recreate it today in 2025, we must invest in the people. The health services. The people who make that health services. When Uganda had problems in the 70s, our doctors were holding up health systems all over Africa and beyond. Today, you'll find a doctor. Go to Papua New Guinea, you'll find Ugandan doctors. Anywhere in the world, you'll find Ugandan professionals serving other people. Yet, we should create an environment where Ugandan doctors should be in Uganda serving the people of Uganda. We should create an environment where people will be proud to serve their country, but also to do so in a way whereby they can also build their families. You don't want to send a doctor to a remote corner where there's nothing, there's no opportunity. Where is he going to get the children educated? You now force a doctor to rent 2 places, one maybe in Kampala, wherever they're being posted. That is not the Uganda which we need. The Uganda which UPC staff is the Uganda which works for every Ugandan everywhere. So when we talk our slogan, UPC everywhere, UPC everybody, it is very well calculated that anywhere in Uganda, you should be able to access these services. What is the problem today? Every now and then you hear doctors striking, they are not valued. For COVID, we imported a lot of equipment. There's equipment which is just boxed. We don't have the personnel. The HDU nurses, intensive care nurses, the intensive care team, they are limited. But if you had that team trained, even if you have a pandemic today, importing the equipment is very easy. From China, you can bring it in one day. But how long does it take you to train a dedicated Ugandan to serve the people of Uganda? It takes a lifetime. And there's so much which has been invested in there, and that is something which people don't recognize. And how they don't recognize it, you see it in the teachers. Teachers have played a vital role in all of us here. Can you think anybody will be here without a teacher? Now we discriminate against the teachers. We send them in places where we do not provide for them. And we expect them to create the next generation which is going to take Uganda forward. Are we being mad? You're not investing, you're not building on it, and yet you expect the result. That will never happen. For Uganda to thrive, we must realize that it's the people, the children, who must invest in. We must be able to create an environment where the children can thrive and be able to achieve more than we've ever achieved. That's the art of parenting. I don't know if there's any parent here who does not want your child to do better than you did. That is life. You want to invest in your child so that the child can move forward. We must be investing in Uganda so that Uganda moves forward. We can be proud of Uganda. Am I proud of this Uganda which NRM have given us? Definitely not. I see the potential, I see the ability, but I don't see the interest to do so. That interest must come from UPC. Yes. And that's why I'm addressing you as UPC candidates. Let them, whatever they do, let you be the spark which gives the difference. Let you be the voice which sounds for the people of Uganda, which shouts for the teachers, shouts for the doctors. It's our duty, our responsibility. We are alive today. This is our time now. We must be heard. If we wait till tomorrow, then what are we going to say? You had your chance and you didn't do anything? No. I must make a difference today. And that is why I'm not walking away on this issue of the whatever games they're playing, or whatever personal issue which they try to put on me. Whatever pain they put me through, I am not backing down. I'm not. I cannot. If I do, who is going to speak for the people of Uganda? It's us. We have to speak for the people of Uganda. We have to speak today, not tomorrow. Let us be active in this thing. Let us claim. Let's claim our right to play our role in the Uganda of today, so that we can shape tomorrow. Many of these issues which I'm touching on, it's not going to happen overnight, but we must start the deliberate action today in order to make the difference for tomorrow. How are we going to rebuild our school system whereby our next generation can emerge from these schools? How do we invest in the next generation, give them the right skills and knowledge to be effective, to be productive, to be able to thrive? That is the task, and that, all of that I'm trying to put as much of it in the manifesto. It is in the manifesto. Approaches which have worked. Approaches which will address today's problem. But the central thing for a congressman is that UPC, if it does not work for the people, it is not working. First, it is central. I'll give you an example. Many here are around the lake communities. The president today is happy during the State of the Nation. I was there. He said now he's happy. The 9 factories, he's able to meet the leaders. They're now exporting fish. 9 factories. Those of you who are around the lake, do you know what you know what is happening? The families which have lived off this lake for years, people who survive off it, people who dedicate their children off it, they are being terrorized in the lake. They are being killed, others being jailed. They are being mistreated as if this is not a resource which God gave the people of Uganda. God gave it to who? This lake was put where? And we made it one country by who? It is is God who put us together. That this resource which is supposed to help, we have malnutrition around the lakes. And the cheapest source of protein used to be fish. Now fish is not for Uganda, it's for export. Whose president are you? The president of those people there or the president of the people of Uganda? Mine is the people of Uganda. The rest, yes, let them take care of themselves. They also have governments there. Those governments can take care of them. But the government of Uganda must take care of the people of Uganda. Not only for today, also for tomorrow. So we must have a balanced way how we handle this resource. We must not be careless. When you take the resource carelessly, you're stealing from the next generation. You're stealing from yourself. You're stealing from your children. So we must handle these resources with responsibility. But it must benefit the people. We cannot be taking these resources out of the lake and yet we're not investing in the people. What are we going to get out of it? If that resource is investing in the people, people becoming better, they're being able to raise their families, yes, that makes sense. But the resource is being taken abroad. Access to the lake is being denied. It's being given to those who have resources. But those who have lived off this resource, what are they supposed to do? I, as a Kenyan UPC, not the people. We need a change. The change UPC is talking about is a qualitative change which benefits the citizens of Uganda. That's my only problem. Citizens of Uganda, if they benefit, well and good. Today, I am seeing politicians helping mothers to deliver. We should be rejoicing as a country when we're having a child born because that is the future. But these children are being born in crisis, in facilities without medicines. This is not the Uganda I live for. I want to live for Uganda where we'll be celebrating when a child is being born because we are ready for that child. We are ready to see that child. We are ready to raise that child. We are ready to see that child is able to perform and reach further. That's the Uganda which we must fight for as UPC. That is what is in our manifesto. Our manifesto is for the people, not to extract from the people, not to manipulate, not to control, not to dominate, but to liberate the people that they are able to thrive and succeed. That's the UPC I'm fighting for. And that's the UPC which they don't want me on the ballot because what we talk about injures them. They are there to steal. I'm sorry if I am maybe a bit animated in this, but this is something which I feel we need to address. I touched on the cattle, but I want to expand a little bit there. And here, allow me to digress and go into a little bit of history. In 1984, there was a massive drought in the Horn of Africa, which affected mainly Ethiopia, but it affected all the way to this point. In 85, around the Easter holiday, I had been to a kokoro to check on the animals. I went back to see my father. And most people would have remembered this, We Are the World. And there was a song before that on Do They Know It's Christmas, where artists were fundraising to support the starving people of Ethiopia. What many people do not know then, some of the food where money was raised came from Uganda. I had been in the president's office the holiday before looking for money to be able to, because I was school in UK at the time, to be able to contribute. In that 85, there was a letter where these people asking, what can Uganda provide? And I saw this letter in president's office, which my father showed me, and he did it in a tricky way. He first told me, there's a document I'm missing. There's a document I'm missing. Help me. So I'm looking around at this thing, but when I pick up this document, I read through, I was shocked. These people, Uganda government is responding, we have these products. Next season, we're able to produce this. Where do you want delivery? We have warehouses in Mombasa. Uganda government could able to load this thing and take it up to Mombasa, the warehouse at the port, to be taken elsewhere. Today, you go to the port, you find our warehouses are being rented by others. Uganda government warehouses. But Uganda could produce extra. Now, logically, Ethiopia, 65 million cattle. But they struggle with grain. They struggle with this grain which, at least for us, we can produce in abundance. Going forward, when people talk about regional trade, federation, the sort of federation we'll be looking at is how do we link with Sudan? Make sure there's peace in Sudan because there are also animals there. Make sure there's links to Ethiopia. That is how you're going to be able to build your stock much faster. But it needs to be an integrated approach where you approach the larger picture. In northern Uganda, we have this disease called, in brief, CBPP, contagious bovine pleural pneumonia. If you try to export beef anywhere, nobody will take it. Because of that CBPP. You need to eliminate it. We need to eliminate it, this whole region for us to be able to succeed. Is the government going to do it? No. So, what do we do? As UPC, we must be the ones to speak ahead of time. We must be the ones to be able to see what can work. We must be the ones to be able to build on those things. So as UPC, we have this issue of we're currently in floods. We go through this cycle of floods, what? But after floods, there's going to be drought. Drought will come. We're going to get floods, we're going to get drought. If we get a drought like what we had in 1984 today, who will survive? If it hits Uganda, who will not survive? So in my manifesto, we have the building up of a strategic stock to last us up to 7 years. But that strategic stock is also built on the basis of how to stabilize prices. Bank of Uganda is constantly buying and selling dollars to stabilize the dollar rate. The farmer who's growing maize, beginning of the season price is high, end of the season price collapses. We do not protect the farmer. The farmers growing cereals need to be protected. The same way if you have a stock, the way you release and you buy, you can maintain the price and you can build a buffer stock. Uganda must have a buffer stock which can last a number of years. And when we put ourselves in a position where we are controlling the grain market, you are controlling the regional market. That, for me, that is a question of regionalization. That's a question of federalism, the federation which they're talking about. Not this federation where you're going, you're killing Sudanese, you're going, you're killing Congolese, then you're threatening to kill people even in Kenya, you're threatening to go everywhere. Stop the killing! We should be building people's lives, not tearing down. I have tools to build people's lives. I don't know how to kill. It's not my job to kill. All of us are going to die, whether we like it or not. Why are you rushing for somebody to die? Yes. We're going to die. Yes. But while I'm alive, let me have a chance to do something good for others. And if I have the ability to do it, why are you stopping me? What we build, nobody can challenge. Nobody can really write it away. UPC has built the substance of a modern Uganda. Education, health, even agriculture where people are able to thrive. It is all UPC. Yet you don't want UPC to set the direction for tomorrow. Do you have a direction? I don't see direction in NRA. They just want to cling to power, steal. Now at the end of the day, things are going to collapse. I don't want to be part of that collapse. I want to be ahead of the curve. So my UPC, let us drive this way. I put myself on the line. Whatever they're ready to do, I'm ready to face. And when I started this journey, I started with my Avengers, as they say. I went with my Avengers, and I told my Avengers, number one, do not avenge. I don't want avenging. What my spirit is crying for is to cry for Uganda, which was the citizen of Uganda. Let me die with that in my mouth. I want a Uganda which was all the citizens of Uganda. I don't want chaos. I am sitting on the table because of chaos. We came and we saw how people were suffering, and I could not bear it. That is how I got engaged in the peace process, because I saw this is not right for the people of Uganda. Can I stop now? No. Yes, the war has stopped, but people's lives have not improved sufficiently. That is why we're still in politics. That is why we're fighting. That's why we're campaigning. That is why we're coming up with ideas to develop Uganda. But still, you are uncomfortable. What is your problem? I mean, the way I read the problem as PLU. For me, it is PLU. And if you've been following, I normally don't like to mention names, but those of you who've been on this forum, the spokesperson for PLU Lango, do you read some of what he writes? Oyite. He goes by the name Oyite Emmanuel. Some of what he writes has alarmed me. He argued that Obote in 1980 should have stepped aside and left somebody else to lead. In 1980, Obote was locked out. Kampala fell in 79 April. Obote did not step foot in Uganda until end of May of 1980. People on the ground moving, preparing. Those of you who are in politics, and you find this time and time again, there are politicians who are sitting back, they leave an assistant on the ground. When they wake up, the assistant has taken the constituency. It happens all the time. Now, somebody in power, you're in Tanzania. And they say, no, Obote came with ideas to lift Uganda. There was a crisis, 1979, 80. The economy had collapsed. The only idea which lifted Uganda was Obote's idea. Museveni was ready for the bush. Museveni wanted to go for the bush. But this Oyite, he keeps saying, Obote should have stood aside. Left it for who? Museveni has been here for 40 years. Has he solved the problems? No. Each time he's blaming, oh no, I didn't know that. All these people, everybody is going to blame. This cat on eye is looking for people to blame. He has failed to do it next. He's going to say, oh, these people. You cannot do it. If you can't, please, just move. Yes. So Oyite keeps on insisting that Obote should have stepped aside. Oyite argues that Pulisikira, Obote's mother, but Pulisikira was violated because Obote did not leave politics. What do you want to do to my people? Because I am not living politics. What do you want to do to them? This PLU, I don't understand what they're doing. Why? I'm angry. I'm bitter. Now you want to make me worse. For what? You want things to get things to start getting. I'm not going that way. I am going to talk. What do you do? I'm going to talk about Uganda, which works for Uganda. However much pain I feel, I am talking about Uganda, which works for Uganda. You're not going to tell me. You're not going to change my direction. I have a purpose. I have a mission. I have a direction. Whatever nonsense you bring, please take it out of the way. And if you want to hide behind the president, you come out and stand firm. Stand like the rest of us. Hiding behind the president, blocking. Who do you think you are? If you have ideas, put them there. That's the purpose of an election. For me, I will campaign bitterly. When the election is over, it is over. I'm waiting for the next election. Yes. And for you, my flag bearers, ask among others who have not campaigned with. When you hold my flag, I am with you. Yes. Whatever happens, I am with you. There is nothing which will come in between, whether family, what. No. UPC flag bearer, that is mine up to the end. So I cannot abandon the UPC flag bearer. I cannot abandon the UPC message. The only way you stop me is you put me in the ground. And until you do so, I will keep talking. I'll keep moving. I'll keep on your case. Uganda must work for Ugandans. Yes. That is all. That's the minimum issue. But why? Why are we doing this for Uganda? I believe in Uganda. Like I said before, I'm always Team Uganda. Number one, I'm Team Uganda. When Uganda succeeds, I am happy. I don't know why these people, there are people who seem to be happy when people are struggling. You find young people struggling with a loan at 40%, somebody is happy because they're eating that money. Please, let us ease the issue for the people of Uganda. Interest rates need to be dealt with. You cannot be charging your people such an interest rate where they cannot survive. I'll be sharing all the details in the manifesto. Nothing I've touched on is not in the manifesto, and there's a lot more. There's just one item which I want to touch on, which, to say I'm quite proud of myself. It's an innovative way in which we want to increase the housing available, especially public servants who move along. I am targeting teachers, I'm targeting police, I'm targeting army, I'm targeting those who may be deployed anywhere in the country. And here we're mixing an issue between a mobile home and a fixed asset, and bridging it between a mortgage finance and an asset finance arrangement. Minimum entry point which we're looking at, 500,000 a month, somebody will be able to own a property in 10 years. And that property can be delivered in any corner of Uganda depending on where the deployment is. People who we've targeted, police. You find police living in... you can't even describe it. You find teachers in posted somewhere, there is no place for the teacher to live decently. At least now the teacher is supposed to carry respect. You have medical officers deposited to some clinic in a remote place, there is no housing. This housing where somebody is able to own is also an asset. The unfortunate thing is that these people, platinum will start now charging these people 2.8% whatever, but still, at least somebody will have an asset. And I'll challenge people, check the idea. If UPC is talking nonsense, you can rubbish it the same way I've rubbished this cattle thing. But I can tell the people of Uganda, this is a true promise which is workable, it is bankable. And that's one thing about UPC. UPC plans have always been bankable. That's what distinguishes us from other parties. We present a program which is bankable, workable. Not talk, then you come back, you blame somebody else, then you come back another thing. Every time we've gone through this thing, I don't know what this time he has changed the program of PDM, he's just saying go to add more funding for PDM. Before PDM it was OWC, before OWC it was NAS, before NAS it was, I don't know, all of it, we keep changing because it's not working. You just keep on just reinventing, changing the name. When they change the name, if the substance is wrong, it will not be right. It will never be right. And you as flag bearers, you've got the right flag, you've got the right party. I ask you to carry that flag proudly, build on, inspire the next generation to continue where you're going to stop. I will do my part as best as I can, but I also promise you, I will not spare the president. So anybody who is saying I should spare the president, it's not enough to carry. I am also putting it here, those who wanted to vote for me, who has decided to vote for me, who are supporting me, don't think of giving my vote to the president. No. Do not give it. We will discuss how we're going to sort out this, but do not give my vote to the president. That vote is for the people. Are you? UPC. 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 Apoio.
We are not going to give our vote. We are not going to.
Oh, UPC. Oh, Mama. Oh, UPC. The Congress of the People. Uganda, Yona.
UPC, the Congress of the People. Everywhere,
UPC,
everybody,
UPC,
all of us,
UPC,
Jima Gena,
UPC,
Beta Mogi,
UPC,
Rede Bill,
UPC,
Ogelo,
UPC,
Lemba,
UPC,
Dango,
UPC,
Busoga,
UPC,
Agori,
UPC,
Ajoli,
UPC,
everywhere.
UPC.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that wonderful address. The President has allowed that in case you want to seek for any clarifications or any questions regarding to what he has just taken us through, as you prepare for your campaigns next week officially, because UPC is a part of ideas, one of the strongest pillars, ideas, and you're here to receive ideas so that our campaigns is issue-based as opposed to other issues as he has been elaborating and guiding us on how we're going to proceed our campaigns. And I want to open the floor for you, for those who may be having questions, who may be seeking for clarifications. The President has allowed that he will give you the opportunity to respond. You must also come. If any. Yes.
Mr. President, thank you very much for the address. Mr. President, thank you very much for the address. The members of Parliament who are here, and the different candidates for Parliament, LC5, and the mayors under the UPC party. My name is Awachan Thomas Aye. I come from Kalaki district. I'm the flag bearer for UPC. Mr. President, we thank you for this address. What I wanted to say is that this is the right moment for you. This is the right moment for all change-seeking forces to realize the change that the citizens of Uganda have been fighting for. We should not flinch. We should not cower. Mr. President, let's continue. All the wasted years of the struggles, I think this is the time for us to achieve the desire for change, the desire for unity, the desire for development. I believe that you have come at the right moment. Be strong and let's move on. The people of Uganda are ready, and your message that you have kept sharing with us in Kampala or even in places like Kalaki, it resonates with the people, and I can give you feedback. If there was an accident that they would have put you on the ballot in Kalaki, the UPC was going to trounce the NRM in Kalaki. I want to speak for Kalaki. So let's keep the struggle on. The only thing that I am foreseeing is that as we move forward, the struggle is going to get tougher. And some of you might find yourselves arrested. We must be ready for that. The NRM is not interested in the truth. When you speak the truth, you become an enemy. So, Mr. President, be ready for many things. Some of us gave our lives for the struggle a long time ago. As I sit down, I only want to say this, that as much as we can, let the party stand with us. Let the party support us. And when we fall into the hands of these people, let the party come and say, this is my flag bearer, and he or she was fighting for my message. I thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for your address. The last word you have spoken today is what all of us here were waiting to hear. And I can assure you that for the sake of the revolution we need for this country, that is the statement we deserve to hear today. And me as a young person, I am happy and very confident, and we are ready for this battle. Whatever it will cost me as a person, we are going to go for it. Because even if we run away from the truth, it will still catch up with us. Everybody has tried dodging this truth, and it is catching up with us. It is catching up with our children. It will go to our grandchildren. Then what is going to happen? We are not ready to bury Uganda. And I have heard on very many platforms when you were coming to launch your manifesto, and people were asking, why is he launching? Your Excellency, the party is not dead. We are going to carry the message of UPC, which is the message of hope to the people. We are going to be your mouthpiece where you are not. And I can assure you that in every angle of this country where we are going to speak from, the world is going to be shaking. We have no fear about this. And still in that manner, we are still, during this time of campaigns, we are still demanding for your nomination. Whatever it will take us, we still want you on ballot. We are not giving up on this matter. We know they are just seated on a pen and paper, but we are still demanding for your nomination, for you to be on ballot. You are the hope we need. Even if they are visiting us, we are impressed by the kind of messages they are giving us. In Kabramani, they were asking us whether we eat the road. Why are we demanding for Cherokee the road? Do you eat the road? Excuse me, when I'm going for business, do I follow the air or I use the road? Is that the kind of message the people of Uganda deserve to hear? I stand on this, and I want to assure you, and I want to call upon all the Congress members, stand on your feet, speak the truth, and the truth will set you free. And I can assure you that when you tell the locals the truth, they will vote for you, because they know that you're fighting for the truth. Thank you very much, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, sir. Allow me to take this opportunity to thank you heartedly for the great work that you have done, for mobilizing the party right from day one when you landed in Uganda. I'm one of the child you picked when you lasted for the war in northern part of Uganda. We were displaced in a party. You came to Chemigaos. I walked 280 kilometers. Honorable Minister seated here, I remember very well, she distributed for us blankets and other things. As women, we are ready to mobilize. We are not going to leave any stone unturned. We are ready on the ground. I decided to leave the city back in the village. In Electon, many of people were killed, and many of children were raped and displaced, and many of women were scattered. All their lives were scattered. The day when you came to Electon, when you lay a rave at the people of Abia Maski, we saw the bullet. I witnessed that bullet. And as I'm back in the village, my father was a rich man, used to rear cattle. But right now, there's nothing. There's nothing at our home. And we want to appeal to you that this election is going to be a different election you have ever seen. As young people, we are ready on the ground. For you to be on ballot, I believe that it was just like a trick that people never wanted you to be on ballot. But I want to assure you, we are already on ballot. I promise, and I say that, come sunshine, come rain, whatever it takes, whether you're not on ballot, I'm going to speak I'm going to speak to your gospel. I'll make sure that I mobilize across the region, whether in Karamojo, whether in West Nile, whether in Acholi, whether in Teso, your message will reach there, because I know that you rescue our life as young people. And right now, as I'm speaking, there are a lot of things happening. They are threatening some of us. They are using, I believe some of other people, they are here in the name of UPC. They have been pretending that they are UPC, but they are spying. But I want to assure you that this is just a beginning. This is just a war the war which has started on you. We, the young people, we are the one going to finish. I beg to submit. We are ready to work. We are ready to mobilize. The women who are here, you should wake up. We should carry the mandate. We should ensure that UPC will not die in our regime. I'm ready to die with UPC. There's nothing that I'm looking for. I beg to submit.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to stand. Thank you for the chance for nomination. I would like to say that we are in a war, a clear war, and that means that we have to display all tactics. For me, I am contesting for woman MP of Kalaki and famously known as the Nunu. I'm ready to move with the manifesto, that empowerment that we have been handed, door to door. Talk about the UPC plan, because it is the living plan. Hallelujah. Amen. Yes, this is the gospel of UPC, and it is the one to take Uganda to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready to use my energy, go door to door, but this is my request. As UPC, let us unite. Let us put all the resources together and speak one language and be bold, then we shall be able to win this campaign. Thank you, Your Excellency. We love you, we believe in you, and together we are going to make it.
Thank you so much for this. For interest of time, I will kindly request that we sum it up.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I'm Sam Blake, Oleno. Mr. President, just a brief recap. On the 28th last year, you met me at Capital Shoppers, I remember, in Kampala. And you told me, Sam Blake, I will stand with you to the last day of your struggle. I'm so happy that I'm a flag bearer right now of Kole North. But in Kole, it's a very special place. I'm surrounded by the chairperson, Lao Parliamentary Group. I'm surrounded by the secretary, Lao Parliamentary Group. And I'm there, but we are very strong. To make it very worst, all my posters has been defaced. They have removed it all and swept to zero. Now, this is my humble request to you. I want you to come there. I want you to come and help me. I want you to come so that we really liberate that place. I thank you so much, Mr. President.
Let's be brief.
Mr. President and colleagues, I strongly believe in your projections, especially when you put it very clearly that the NRF system is collapsing. Taking a collapsing trend, but the leaders keep on trading on lies, intimidation, militarism, and Ugandans to be beggars. I remember I was appearing in any part of Uganda. We used to collect cattle and give and project hospitality, not from his pocket, but now Ugandans are beggars. They just moved to receive a president who is giving envelopes. It was a reverse. I want to project on 3 areas: education, health, and poverty reduction, which has really made NRM appear to be a bankrupt system. Bankruptcy is a situation where you cannot measure the standards. Are you aware that in our primary and secondary schools, especially secondary schools, the English teacher is getting 800, whereas the biology teacher gets 4 million shillings? Save the tax projection. We had so many presidents, apart from Milton Obote, Ijami was there, Lule, Tito Kero Lutwa. Did you get any president who segregates English and say English is arts and therefore the teachers will be less paid? Did you get any of these presidents talking about that? English is supposed to be a key subject to enable us to teach biology, chemistry, and physics. And you end up paying the man, the key person, very low. What kind of bankruptcy is this? I take to see that the philosophy of NRM is to reduce the bright and strong people to a low level, and then you elevate people who are found of doing things that are not good for Ugandans. So please have data, develop data. In health, have data in your localities. In education, have data. What challenges? As I talk now, next year, private institutions will take over education in Uganda. Do you accept?
Even primary. 2 months ago, they were crossing from government aided to private schools where the teachers were striking. It's very, very. In fact, I was, as a level of education, I was crying when the president was talking. My eyes were receiving tears. Uganda is gone. Thank you.
Mr. President, allow me to recognize our candidate for Gazi municipality, who is also the UPC chairperson for UK district, Comrade Yaya Masa, most welcome. Is our candidate for Gazi municipality and the chairman of the UK district.
Thank you so much, the President, for the inspirations that you have given to us as the candidates. We want to assure you that as the flag bearers, we are not going to assume. We are going to fight tooth and nail and ensure that we keep our party moving on because of the idea that resonates with the interests of our people. I have this humble time to make a special appeal to the NRM. If they thought by excluding you on the ballot it would be safe for them, I think it is now more dangerous for them. Very dangerous for them, to the extent that if they are realistic, it is not yet late to bring you back on board. How can a president who leads a country for 40 years fears the idea? I don't understand. We have the generals, but they fear the ideas. Allow UPC to go and sell their ideas and let the people reject it, but don't block it. If you try to block it, I think you are blocking the voice of reason that at one time will come out and save this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. May I have about only one issue. We want to thank you so much for the address. But my only request to all the comrades here is that let us unite and work for UPC. Me, I come from Kalaki, and we have a threat already because we have the minister there. So some of us who are strong in the party and who have been fighting hard to make sure that we have a change in this country have been already threatened. Some of us have been called, and I personally, I was even called that what is your problem? What do you want? Come and we sit down. So I'm not ashamed to mention it here, and I want the party leaders to make sure that they are close to us, because anytime anything can happen. So let's make sure that we unite. And my only request to the party president is that when we are going to begin campaigns, we are requesting for more of your posters, because more of your posters will actually give us a lot of support, because we have so many supporters behind there who are asking for your posters. So even if you're not going to be on the ballots, but we are there. And I want to assure you that most of our candidates here are going to go through. I thank you.
Thank you very much, congressmen and women. I'm going to be very brief and short. First of all, I want to assure you that the message of our party president is always reliable. I remember in 2005 when Mr. President came back. By then I was a very young man in primary 3. He went and addressed us in Bala, Stockholm, IDP, currently Lira University. He went there to campaign for the Moroto County MP. but Honorable Sorobwagwa. I was in B3, a young man at around midday. He made a statement which I have not forgotten up to date. He said once he was elected in Parliament, that was in the month of January. He will make sure that he talked to Coin. Immediately he was elected in March. He was among the team who went to see Coin in Garamba, and by June we were already packing from the IDP camp to go back home in Purana. And Mr. President, the people of Purana really want to see you since you last visit there in 2016. They really want to see you there. As the flag bearer, I thank you very much, and I call upon our comrades here. Let us rely on the message of our party president. Let us go back with vigor, and we implement what he has told us without fear and favor. I say this for God and my country. Amen.
Honorable Ochian.
After Ochian, you will pause. Yes. No. That's the last one. You will talk, but you will have to answer. You will pause. There are people who came here at 8.
You're right.
Yes.
That's what we agree.
Dear Party President, Madam Minister, colleague members of UPC, once again my name is Upc Peter. In the interest of time, I want to only have my voice in thanking our Party President for that excellent and wonderful address to the nation that he has made today. For those who have come from far, I only want to request our Party President to share with us their program, because it would cost us a lot more if we go back without knowing when the Party President is going where. I know everybody wants the Party President to go to their constituencies and districts, and the demand is too high. I would even think before this program is put out, you share with the members and we agree on the timetable. Because there are some people who could be having challenges. So, Your Excellency, my only request is share with us the program. For us members of Parliament who are yet serving, we normally get a lot of time with our Party President. That is why we don't want to discuss more here. And when we meet like this, we expect you people who do not from time to time meet the Party President to talk a lot more that you have down on the ground. And I believe this is not going to be the end of the meeting. From time to time, we expect to come and meet and discuss the challenges that we are facing in the field, so that we get to get solution to some of these problems. We have not discussed enough, but we hope when we create forums and we continue meeting like this, we are going to be strong and stronger. I say this for God and family.
Oh, thank you so much. Our host has allowed that we finish the last item. I want to invite the Secretary General to present.
Can we clap for ourselves, all of us, for being patient? And let us give a huge hand clap for the Party President. Can we also thank the Madam Minister for permitting us with the last item that is very important. Mr. President, sir, before you, among these candidates, some were in NRM. Joyce, first stand up. Sakelo Joyce. She was a district councillor. As you see her there, she has been trained in champions and all that, but as you talk about lies, she's now tired of lies. She's still a serving councillor who is NRA, but close to UPC now. She's a black belt of UPC. And we have Oboka Simon, who, may you step forward. He, up to 2 weeks ago, was the national vice chairperson of DP, Democratic Party. He was in the cabinet of DP, in the top management of DP, but he decided to see light and say that you are the best president of the party. He is willing to work with you and follow your mission till the very end. Mr. President, I want you to welcome him officially.
Symbolically, I'm giving you the cap to help you in this journey. Thank you. I thank you for taking the flag. I have been following how you have jumped into the race with a lot of vigor and energy. Keep it up. Thank you for your blessing.
Oh, Mama, and I UPC, the Congress of the People.
Thank you very much. Can we close with a word of prayer? Pastor, can you pray for us? Pray for us for the meal. Madam Ministers offered us some lunch.
Let's pray for the meal that is prepared. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, you are good God. All your purposes always come to pass, and indeed we have seen it this afternoon in the discussions we have had. The manifesto that has been disseminated unto us. It's at this moment that we are going to partake of what is prepared for us. It's my prayer that, Lord, may you bless and sanctify as we eat, that we may get energized and health out of it. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Once again, a very good evening to you this 8th day in the month of November, the year 2025. A very beautiful Saturday evening. Quite cloudy here at Leader Senior Quarters, at the home of the party president, Jimmy James Michael Akena. And I'm Frank Gold, live for you on the YouTube channel of 94.3 Radio QFM. Now, right behind me, Ubedo flag bearers, Uganda People's Congress, drawn from different parts of the country. Jokeno ya Chori sub-region, Jokeno ya Kabera Maido, that is in Kalaki, Enokenamuria, eastern part of the country. Ametie Iteso sub-region. I've seen Michael right Sinde, I'm not Lohopi Party, UPC also right here at the home of Honorable Jim Akena. Yakena MPs, Aneno me Oyam North constituency, that is Unisa Piotoho, Aneno former MP Adako Melida Municipality, now Leader City, Maneno Joy Timongom, who is now also vying for the position of Kole, District Woman MP, Aneno Adung Kerolemba, Maruzi, Aneno Dan Adung Fede Bilibil, and Adung Party, May UPC, and then of course Obedo Kere, Peter Chianakalo, MP, Mekore South constituency. Now you might be wondering, why have they converged at the home of the Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena Oboten? What has been happening here in the hall right behind me here is that the UPC party president Jimmy James Michael Akena called for this very important meeting to actually unleash to launch the manifesto of UPC 2026-2031. Jimmy James Michael Akena Bore, petty on the ballot paper. He won't be contesting, he won't be running for the presidency. Like I explained before, and Petty Akinaju Aboro, Ametia Chunu, maybe the president of the Republic of Uganda, based on the fact that the EC and also the Court of Law finds substantively and for meeting all the criteria. I'm a mere choye, the flag my UPC, that it flouted the constitution of UPC article. When we are here. But be that as it may, like I said before, Jimmy James Michael Akena is not relenting, and we'll look at our party, my UPC, especially our flag bearers, on the future of the party and also what it means for them going forward in this election. Now, he has made it very clear, and despite the fact that and petty on the ballot paper, he's still going to rally behind all his candidates, be it mayoral, MP, councillors across the country. Now, Jimmy James Michael Akena Bore has been able to talk about UPC policies vis-a-vis a policy, a party, NRM. And quote unquote, his parting shot was that those who wanted to vote for me now don't give my vote to candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Enter Koni Kuidere, Mirhomi, Party, NRM. Jimmy James Michael Akena also did talk about the issue of cattle compensation. He believed that President Museveni's stance of saying that he will give 5 heads of cattle per family is actually not workable. And Amia Pori, Kabin Lance Abridjon, we will tell Pola Chori also so many and test with the same figures. So he says, Nuti about 1,030,000 households. You multiply them times 5 heads of cattle. He says this is not workable, and he thinks that President Museveni is actually lying to the people of Uganda. Akena has been able to talk about the issue of health. And Tekobini, Guinea Protect, better equipment, but the issue of personnel that the government needs to tackle this. And if UPC had a chance to do this, they would go ahead and increase the number of health workers in this country. Also talk about education, the disparity, science, and he thinks this needs to be addressed if the country is to move forward. His message is very clear, despite the fact that he's not on the ballot. His spirits are high, he's stronger and ready to rally behind his candidates come 2026. Frank Golduyugi, QFM, Orama TV, Senior Quarter.